Well, welcome back to another episode of the Hot Box. It's your girl, Fast Called Stuff. And on today's episode, my guest is JR Music.
What's down with you? What's good?
So, for those of y'all who just finding out about Jay is a producer from the city. And he's been featured on some of your favorite artists' music, like 2 Chainz, Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Jack Harlow, you know. So we about to get into it. We about to learn how he started and what keeps him going from day to day.
Facts.
And smoke on some of this fire ass gas, you hear me?
That's what I'm trying to see, because you said these people be too high to talk. I want to fix that chat.
Oh, we about to get you fucked up.
All right. We're going to see.
So tell us how you got started, how you fell in love with producing.
Well, typical black families and everything, we always start in the church and shit. I played pianos for the church. I started like when I was like 9. And then I played for a couple of churches, but I didn't start taking it seriously till I was around like 15 or 16. Taking different classes around the city. I'm not classically trained, but I play by ear. So if you play something in front of me, I'm going to learn it quick because I know the notes on the keys and everything. I just don't know how to read music. So I was 15, 16, that's when I really started taking it seriously. I was like, when I graduate, I'm going to go to a school with just music, which I really did. Between my high school years and stuff, they didn't really have a music class down here, so I had to rely on like the music teachers in the church and shit. Out of high school, after Katrina and everything like that, you ever heard of NOCA?
Yes.
I was going there for music and art back in high school, back in 2000, like 2003, 2004, and I was going to John Eric. But after Katrina, went to Monroe, Louisiana, where we stayed there for like 10 years. Went to school, graduated, and then I started looking into getting into college for music. The only college that really had music was really ULM at the time. ULM. They had a music, had the opportunity around like 2000 and let's say 2010, 11. I had the opportunity to go to New York for an internship with Interscope Records.
Oh.
But the only problem was that I would have to drop out of college to do it.
What did you do?
I dropped out of college.
Yeah, I know what. I probably would have did the same thing.
Yeah, so after that, I met this guy named C. Toma. Shout out to C. Toma. He's in New York City. He really kind of gave me my upstart in the industry anyway. Like, as in, you know, he took on this person he didn't know nothing about,
right,
or anything like that. He just came down from autographs and my name popped up on the song. So he called me up. He was like, look, I got an opportunity to come to New York. I got a residency up there. It's a little small apartment. I got a residencies you can do. But the only thing is, you gotta stop going to ULM.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I only had like 2 years left, you know, so it's like, so I'm sitting there like, I'm like what? I'm like 17, 18 years old, right? And I'm sitting there trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Cause
kind of like, do I finish school or go to the pros?
Yeah. So I went to the pros.
Okay, right.
I went up there for a year. Did all type of internships. When I was an intern, I started doing music with Ace Hood, Big Crit, Merge, French Montana, and stuff like that. Just as an intern, I wasn't getting paid for anything, but I was getting the recognition,
right,
and making connections.
Right.
So I know as the future come and I start doing more music, my name already gonna be in this circle, like they told me.
And like your boy, he had already heard your work before he met you.
He did.
That's a good thing too. That speaks. Yep.
So after the whole internship, me and C. Toma, he gave me with another decision, another opportunity. This came with the French Montana and the Merge shit because they both had my beats. They both made a song on it, and they both put it out at the same time. So it's kind of like, you know, they can't put it out unless you give the go for it.
Right.
Kind of like clearing it and stuff like that. So I had to choose between releasing a song with Merz or releasing a song, he's from California, or releasing a song with French Montana. I chose not to do either because I didn't want to be that decision maker when these two artists got a good song and they both trying to release it. I was like, so I told them, y'all can release the song, but put it on the mixtape. French Montana put it on Mac and Cheese 3. Merz put it on Captain California. And that song is called God Bless Kanye West. And then with my French Montana, it's called Pour It Up, featuring Mason and Rico Love. Featuring Rico Love from the city too.
Okay.
But people don't know that because he sounded like he's from New York. He left New Orleans around, he was like 17. And he been in New York since, I think, like 30 something now. So, yeah.
That was leading me to another question. When you make beats, do you make them like specifically for artists, or like these big name artists, or they just shop like your work that you already have?
I used to shop them out. I used to shop them out until about like 3 or 4 years ago. When I met Cool and Dre. You heard him before?
Yeah, I heard of Cool and Dre.
So I used to just make them and shop them just like that. But when I met him, they showed me a whole different way of shopping your beats. You know, if you make the beat specifically for the artist, it's more original and it says more about you working with these artists and whoever else you're working with. So I started making beats specific for artists that I was working with.
Okay.
The first one we did was a Gigs. He's UK artist. He signed to Drake's UK.
I think they have like a different sound over there. I
kind of
like it.
Like a drill. Most of them do. Most of them do drill, but they got some nice artists. And I thought, like I said before, I did this shit with Gigs. I thought that everybody sounded the same too.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the difference with Gigs, when I listened to him, I started making drill beats because.
Oh, it's called drill.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the drill music or drill
up.
beats. So.
Right.
I started with like 10 tracks specifically made for UK artists that had that drill like mentality. And I sent it to Cool and Dre. They didn't want them. They told me we not getting none of these beats. Straight up. You're not gonna use these beats. Send something else.
Yeah.
So at this time I was releasing a sample pack. The sample pack was called Roses, right? And it was 10 melodies that I broke down from each instrument. It was out for about 3 or 4 months. And that's when Cool called me again. He was like, what's this sample right here? I said, I need this one right here. So he sent it to me, just the melody by itself. He told me to add some drums to it. I added some drums to it, sent it to him, didn't like it. Sent it back, told me what to change up. I did that. They chose the second one. Now when they gave it to Gigs liked it, but he said he was going to sit on it. So we sat on it for like a year. It was 2018 at the time when I sent it to him. Fast forward a year later, a year and some months. It's February. It's my birthday month, so it's February, and I get a call from Cool and Dre saying that we got the placement on the album. So after that, I get a call saying, okay, the album, we made the album, we made the last track. So regardless if you're skipping through the tracks, you're gonna have to listen to the last track, the beginning or the last. Them the two that really matter, as opposed to how your second or third project is gonna come behind that. And they gave us a release date, which was March 16th of 2019. Released the album, put it out. And this was around the time when Spotify and everything was gonna decide to start putting producers and co-writers and composers credits into the songs. You know, back then, as producers and co-writers and engineers, we couldn't get our credit without forcing these artists to give us our credit.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know it was hard to get
That's
credit.
why most producers fight with, they be suing, you know, the rappers and stuff, because they don't give them their proper credit.
What kind of shit?
They do it. They just feel like, I never seen a problem with giving people their credit.
I don't understand the problem.
Right, but I guess at a certain point where you get in the industry, you just have that mentality. I don't have to give you anything. It's true, you don't have to give me anything, but out of respect.
I look at it as we working together. Like, you wouldn't have no song if it wasn't for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just as important as you.
And it took me 27 years. Well, let's say when I started taking it serious. It took me 11 years to get one placement.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe you.
So
producing is hard.
Right. People don't, composing, songwriting, all that is hard. But people don't realize the work that we actually put in to get these artists to really fuck with us.
I know a lot goes into it. So just to play with y'all on y'all money and You know what I'm saying?
It's just disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful.
Sometimes it don't even be about the money. It's just to be about the fact that, you know, you really disrespecting me by not giving me what I'm owed. Not even money, but like recognition. I get connections from that.
It probably was times you thought they forgot about you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They didn't. When Cool first contacted me about the gig situation and the song and the certain melody from Roses, I didn't speak to him for a year.
Yeah.
He called me. He sent me a message, and at that point, we spoke a couple times on Instagram. But after a year later, he told me, "Look, this is my number. Call me." I called him. He actually wanted me to FaceTime. This is my first time actually talking to him, because I know him from other stuff, back with Wayne and Rick Ross and stuff. But I'm talking to this dude like I'm talking to Cool and Dre. These niggas did this shit for Rick Ross and everything. And he's like, "We got it, bro." It's like, "We got it. All I need you to do is send me your BMI information and just wait." It was different from all this other tracks. They wasn't expecting the drill artist to come on an R&B track. And he's not talking about women on the R&B track. He's talking about drugs. After that, all the artists, other artists started speaking on it and everything.
That's not like my type of shit.
From that point till now, it's just, that's how the 2 Chainz shit came. 2 Chainz, like you said, 2 Chainz heard my music off the Gigs album. Because he was one of the ones that shared it. So you got all these artists, these major artists selling these, resharing this story in the album. You know people gonna listen.
Right.
After Gigs, it took about like 6 months before I got something else. Then after that, came quicker. 2020 hit, kind of slowed down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't getting as many placements. So, you know, I started going back to doing the local thing, recording local people, teaching them how to.
Wait, what Jack Harlow came?
Jack Harlow came almost at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Harlow came from Boy Wonder.
Okay, I heard about Boy Wonder.
He used the sample that I created to create the song called Tyler Perry, whatever that basketball player name is. Tyler Hero, that song.
That's the one that's popping right now.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not a single.
It ain't?
No, it's just on the album. It's not a single.
That's the song that's popping right now.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. And I from that, from the 2 Chainz came other people. Like, I can't disclose no names because I'm under NDA protection or something like that. But I say this, the first 4 artists that drop an album in 2021, just know has something to do with that.
Ooh,
so just the first artist, because
I'm excited for you. Oh my God.
They have projects that's either coming out in that time frame or further in the year, but the first couple.
Oh man.
So I ain't gonna say no names, but just know they got a new album coming out, such and such. Anything before the summer, yeah, at least 4 of them.
Oh man, the city supposed to be proud right now. Y'all supposed to be proud right now. I'm so proud of you, my friend.
I appreciate
I'm glad
it,
to say I know you. You feel me? I support you all the way. I'm about to go download these songs real quick. But yeah, I want to thank you so much for coming by the show.
I appreciate you for having me.
This was a fire little talk. You know, like, I've learned so much about you, and you have so much more in store. Like, it only gets better.
It's only going to get better.
And you starting off damn good. Anything you want to say to the people before you get out of here?
Man, let me tell you, I appreciate everybody I met this year, Star and everybody else. I appreciate, everybody that said my team wasn't going to be shit because of who we was and how low key we was.
Boy, what they want.
So look, I appreciate all y'all, man. I appreciate everything y'all put me through. And when y'all see me in 2021, man, we're gonna be a whole different entity. We gonna represent New Orleans to the fullest. Put it like that. Follow me on Instagram at IamJRMusic. Follow my team, TRMG Music, and sound design. I am Brother Allen. I am Joe Boyens. We here, baby. It is what it is. Thanks for fucking with us today.
Well, I want to wish you continued blessings, and see you at the Grammys.
See you.